stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. All the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ow!
And a happy Wednesday, if it is. How are you?
I am good. How are you, sir?
I think much like you. Can't even get a fucking microphone to work. Happy fucking Wednesday. Right out of the gate. Dicks.
Yeah. Well,
It's been honestly, it's been one of those weeks, dude, to be honest. It's been just, I'm tired. I don't feel good. And it's just been one of those shitty ass weeks. It seems like it's taking for fucking ever.
I know it does feel like it should already be Friday, doesn't it? This Wednesday with 2 more days of this bullshit this week is really draining.
Like I hate to admit this because I don't know who's listening, so probably nobody, but it could be like my dad or my daughter or something like that. But like for the past couple of weeks, my wife and I decided, hey, look, we're not alcoholics. We don't sit there and drink every night. Blah 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 blah.
Sure.
But I'm going to enjoy my Saturday nights.
Of course.
One day out of 7, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to enjoy my Saturday nights. I'm going to watch some football, maybe watch some comedy on Netflix or something like that. And I'm going to sit down with a bottle of something and just enjoy. Now, I'm not talking blackout enjoy, but, get a little buzz on.
Enjoy. Grown up enjoy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not 18-year-old and enjoy, but, just enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Not my daughter in college enjoy. Just sit back and relax and enjoy a little beverages.
Sure.
And the first time ever since we've been doing this, I am so looking forward to fucking Saturday this week. It's unbelievable.
That's hilarious. You're totally in now.
Because I just can't. I don't know. I'm tired.
Well, yeah. I'm with you. I mean, I guess I could talk about this a little bit. I've been resisting it, but it all came complete today. I have spent the last week dealing with a major upheaval at the pinball place.
Yeah.
With my son basically quitting. And he officially quit today. And
is he there with you?
Living here?
Yeah.
Not yet. He's right now he's staying at his sister's, but eventually.
No, because I got in a couple minutes early, and for the first time ever, you were early, and I heard you talking to some dude in the background.
That's my other son, Mike.
That's my other son, Mike. Who's the guy in the background?
Yeah, that was my son, Mike, who's kind of my sounding board on pretty much everything. And but yeah, with my other son, leaving Pinball PA, it puts me in a very, very tumultuous place. because there's the part of me that's the business guy that's like, next man up, that sort of a deal. But then there's, the dad piece too, that wants to make sure that my kid's mental health is okay and that he's okay. So I have spent the last week teetering all that and kind of having to be the counselor to everybody. I've been talking to my staff at Pinball PA. How do we adjust? How do we, I had to find a replacement. I found a replacement. Now I got to get the replacement up there. I got to get my son moved back here. I got his mom calling me to make sure that he's okay, and blah 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 blah. Tons of shit. So, yeah, the last 7 days for me have been absolutely not good.
Yeah.
But I'm still here and I'm still doing it, and I'm still not freaking out, so I'm okay.
That's good. And I've had like this problem with my friggin' leg.
Yeah.
It seems like for 2 weeks now. Like for whatever reason, like, it could be because I've gained a little bit of weight and stuff. This prosthetic that I have now is kind of rubbing up against the sides of my whatever's left of my leg. I hate the word stump. I don't know why people say stump. Like, when I think of a fucking stump, I think of a goddamn tree. Quit calling it that.
It's still a leg. It's just not as long as other people's.
Right. My adjusted leg.
Yeah.
Doesn't, I don't know, maybe it's not fitting exactly the way that it should in there or something, like it was. But it like rubs up against it the wrong way, and so like I keep getting these like blister things.
Okay. Ugh,
and
sucks.
The problem with me is I'm never like just resting at home. I'm always going places. I'm always doing, whether it's this job, the second job, the third job, whatever it is I'm doing.
Sure.
I'm just always doing something. And then, we talk about like going to the restroom stuff. Well, dude, I can't go with one leg, dude. I can't just hop across the room and go to the bathroom. Yeah. And so I'm always putting this damn thing on overnight when I try to go to the restroom, and then 4 times a night. And it's just a pain in the dick, dude. Like really never has time to like rest.
Yeah.
And so it just never has time to heal right. I try all these Band-Aids and this and that and antibacterial.
They tell you, put this on and put this. This is the special cream that'll make it all heal in a day.
Yeah, which doesn't, because I'm not letting it air out or anything. I'm just putting cream on and stuffing it back in the leg.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
and so it's just, I've been hobbling around like a dick. And then today, I haven't been sleeping good at all. So today I had to go see a doctor real quick and then go home and try to get some sleep. I mean, it's just impossible.
What'd the doctor say about your leg?
We'll keep putting stuff on it and try to like not be on it as much. Well, thanks, but what do you want me to do?
Thanks. Yeah, should I stay home and not work?
Yeah, should I not have a paycheck?
Yeah,
what do you want me to do?
Should I lose my house?
I'll rely on this show to collect my money and pay all my bills.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Right.
Dude, if you looked into my AIs, my various AIs, Grok or Gemini or ChatGPT or whatever, and you did a search for how can I make my podcast make more money, you would find 900 conversations that I've had with these things trying to figure out the magic sauce. It's just not there. And I don't understand how it is there for some guys. I really don't.
And look, and we're not talking about like Joe Rogan. I mean, Joe Rogan has a name to begin with, and so Joe Rogan is who he is. And no matter what Joe Rogan does, he's going to have an audience for something. But there are schmucks out there like us that are making at least, I don't know, a few bucks a day doing a damn show, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. And I mean, part of it, and we both know this going in, is we are shadow banned. We're always going to be.
Have been for a while.
We're always going to be.
That Facebook page does dick. It used to do pretty well until I posted one picture, and then all of a sudden, forget about it.
Well, it's like right now we're on YouTube. We have a whopping 2 viewers on YouTube.
And YouTube, I mean, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally, you could turn on a cam of a rock, and you would get 2 people.
Right.
But we're shadow banned, and that's part of the game when you talk right-wing politics sometimes. And God forbid if your talk isn't Donald Trump sucks, he should be in jail. Now, if we said that maybe we should do that every week. Just say that like a couple times a show so that it gets into the algorithm. You know, I honestly, that's kind of what I tried today. I don't know if you even saw the graphic that I put together or whatnot, but the title is "The Trump Epstein Rumors. Are the DC lying to cover up their own sick secrets?" So I put it out there like, well, maybe we're going to talk bad about Trump and maybe we're not. Just hoping that some people will come and look at this dumb shit.
Well,
And meanwhile, then we get on 5 minutes before the show and we both are like, I don't know. I don't want to talk about this bullshit.
right. But here's the deal, dude. Like, we have an okay following of people, which is great. But because of what's going on with like Facebook and stuff like that, it just doesn't grow anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get shares. We don't get, whatever. And God knows, no matter what you put on Facebook, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think Facebook's pretty well dead. Don't you think?
Yeah. But I think you still got to do it. I mean, I think
you have to do it. Dude, that's the unfortunate thing about all this. Nobody has time to do Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, clip shows, full shows. You just have to do it. And it is what it is. Sometimes it hits hard. Like last night on my other thing, Chris Aiken Presents. I don't know if you even saw this, but anybody that's really involved in the hair metal world, there was a big dust up yesterday between Ricky Rocket from Poison and Pete Evick, who's the guitar player for Bret Michaels' solo band.
Yeah.
And Pete's a friend of mine and Eric's. So when I saw that this dust up was coming and these guys were throwing barbs at each other, I couldn't jump fast enough because I just saw that as instant traffic, and plus I like Pete and I wanted to give him a place to spew, but I mean, ultimately I saw it and I was like, this will work. And I had Eric reach out to Pete and literally we changed directions like a half hour before the show started. And we had Pete on and it went fine. And it did do great traffic. At one point last night, we were at, I think, 360 people live, which I think was our record ever. And that's cool. It's cool if you can find that, but it's, again, if they would have been throwing barbs about why Trump is better than somebody else, they would have got 100 people, maybe. Right. Would have just got banned.
I say all these Seth Williams show listeners buy a big house together for 50 years. Did you see that Trump is offering now 50-year mortgages?
I'm torn on this, actually. I don't know where to land on this. I saw.
Well, here, my comment is first. Yeah. You don't really need a big house for all of our listeners. You can probably get more like a bungalow.
A duplex.
Or like a studio apartment.
Well, thank you, Marcus. I do appreciate you enjoying that interview last night. Thank you. But no, back to the mortgage thing. I saw Charlie Kalani posted about this today, and I actually, one of the rare times I actually chimed in with something. I don't know that I'm against this. And I know a lot of people are really like, oh, who's going to live to be 50 and blah, blah, who's going to live 50 years into their mortgage or whatever. Well, there's no rule that says that you have to stretch it for the full 50. You can make, in my head, and this is only in my head, you tell me what you think. If I could take, let's say I'm buying a $200,000 house. I'm going to throw fake numbers at you just to make this make sense. If I'm buying a $200,000 house and the mortgage payment is $2,000 a month on a 30-year mortgage, on a 30-year fixed. Or I could do it for 50 years and the mortgage payment is $1,250. Doesn't it make sense to take the one with the smaller mortgage? Especially when if I can afford the $2,000, I can pay the $2,000, pay it off in the 30 years, and I don't pay anything extra for taking the longer loan.
Makes sense to me.
But you see what I'm saying? You leave yourself the buffer for that period of time when you get unemployed or slow employed or whatever.
Yeah, or you sell the house and
Yeah, well, that too. If you sell the house and you've been paying ahead, like if you're on a 50-year mortgage and you sell at 30, the equity is going to be there.
Right.
Where if you do it at 50 and you leave it at 50, there's going to be no equity probably till you're 40 years in. Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that how that all works? So I'm not necessarily against it. I see what Trump's doing here, but my fear is we're going to end up with another housing bubble. Because you're going to, again, let people, just like with the first housing bubble, and I was one of them. I ain't going to lie. I could not afford my house. I couldn't. I was living here. I was renting this house that I live in now. And when I went to buy it, they were like, at the time, my house value was $160,000. And when I went and did the thing, they were like, well, you have to have, I forget what it was, $8,000 or $10,000 to put down. And I barely had $8 to $10 in the bank. I didn't have any money. I was living check to check. I just didn't want to move. That's really what it was I just didn't want to move. And I went in, this was when they were giving anybody a loan. I went into Bullshit Mortgage Company, and Bullshit Mortgage Company gave me a 2-year fixed and then the 28-year ARM or whatever. At some ridiculously low percentage, 0 money down. I did not put $1 down to buy my house.
Nice.
And it was a 30-year mortgage. And as soon as I bought it, one of my smarter friends than me got in my ear and was like, whatever you do, make every payment for the 2 years. And at the 18, 19-month mark, refinance this thing to get it fixed. And I did just that, and I avoided a balloon payment. Because I remember looking it up, the rate jumped from 4.5% to 12.5%. Would have killed me. I'd have lost the house. But because I did it right, I ended up with a 30-year, and then I refinanced again for a 40-year back when they were doing the 40-year. So I'm actually on a 40. I pay the 30, but I'm on a 40.
See, I don't know how anything works because I never bought a house in my life.
Okay.
I've always been a renter, always. And then, when I got sick, and then Dave Mortosh, actually, at an event, said, here you go. There's a new condo. It's paid for forever.
So nice.
And, but I still have to pay HOA fees and stuff like that, but that's relatively
That's a whole
small.
lot less than what the mortgage on that house would be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, it's a 300, the value is like $300-some thousand. I mean, everything's nice in here. It's all, marble countertops and this, that, and the other thing, jet spa tub and all this kind of bullshit. I mean, it's really nice.
Right.
And so, I don't know how to do anything with anything, dude.
Sure.
I was just always a renter. I always liked being a renter because if something broke, I didn't have to pay for it. Now, if my fridge breaks or whatever, I guess it's my responsibility. But in the long run, I guess, this is good for me, right? Like owning a home, is that good for you?
I don't know. You know what?
My dad, everybody always tells me, well, you got equity now. I don't even know what that means. What do we mean have equity?
For you, it is. Because the house is paid off, you at any given point, like right now, you could take out a mortgage on your house, and you could probably get close to the market value in cash. Now you'd have to make payments again, or you'd have to make payments. But if you were like, let's say that the Fran show gets canceled. I'm just throwing something out there. And if Bob's show got canceled and you were out on your ass again, you could go to a bank and you could say, look, I need, what's your house worth? 300,000?
Yeah.
So roughly. you could go and say, look, I need 200,000, and you could secure a loan against the house, and they'd hand you a check for $200,000, which would float you for certainly long enough to get another job and get yourself going, but you'd have to pay that money back monthly. So it could save you. It could save you if you needed it. It's just nice. It's like having a savings account that, somebody has to die and then the lawyer tells you the account number. It's one of those things where you do have a chunk of money. I own a building out in Pennsylvania. We bought a building for storage purposes.
Right.
But we have long, I mean, the whole reason we bought it was because all we had to do was pay the taxes on it. It was like 10 G's. And we paid the $10,000 and we owned I think it's worth $92,000 or something. So we've always looked at that as the, in case of fire, break glass thing. If we ever really get in trouble, we can always go to the bank and take a mortgage against that building and get ourselves a bunch of hard cash.
Yeah, see, this is all stuff that I have no idea.
Oh, this is.
But see, I got really lucky because I'll tell you what, rents have gone through the roof, man.
Oh, it's crazy.
And so, like, in the place that we were living beforehand, it was a nice condo, but we were renting, and we were paying something like $11.50 a month.
Yeah.
And now that same condo is like over $2,000 a month. I mean, and it wasn't long after we left that the rent went up that high. We've never been able to afford that rent.
Dude, this is all part of the government scheme to get everybody to own nothing.
That's what it seems like.
Look at how much cars cost now.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I
need a new car,
and
and there's no way that I can afford a $500-$600 payment.
Well, and I looked on, I think it was on Scripps News today. They had an article that was saying something to a lot of people are knowing that they can't buy a new car, so they're thinking they're going to buy a used car. And then they go out to the used car lots and they find out that the used cars are the same price as the new cars now. Maybe like $1,000 difference.
I remember I saw it was just the other day. I saw a commercial for SUV. I can't remember what brand it was. It wasn't like a Mercedes or anything, a Lexus. It wasn't anything like that. And one of these cars that used to be, I remember even back in the day going, man, $399 a month.
Yeah.
Wow. Because my rent was like $800 a month, and going, man, that's a lot of money for a car. And the other day, I'm sitting there watching, blah 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 down, blah 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 this that, and, only $899 a month.
Yes.
What?
Dude, I know what that is. It's a Ford 150 that you've seen on the NFL commercials.
You want $900 a month.
Yeah.
I was watching. You ever see the Fred Martin Superstore?
Yeah.
They do like an hour-long commercial TV thing like on a Sunday morning or some crap like that, and they've done it for years. And I happened to turn it on the other day accidentally. I was watching TV, and they've gotten gray as hell, but they always had like hot chicks like standing next to the cars and stuff. And even back in the day, those I was like, oh man, that's not bad for a car. Okay. And then watching it's it's like a Hyundai or something like that, and it was like, you can own it today for only $799 a month. Get the hell out of here, man.
$799 a month. Fuck that.
It only got 45,000 miles on it. Okay, dude. Get the hell out of here with your $800 a month.
I remember walking into the car dealer, every car dealer I ever walked into, and I remember saying, look, if it's over $250 a month with $500 down, then don't even show me it. I would tell them that every time. I didn't want them to waste my time. You know how car dealers are.
Oh, yeah.
They bring you in there and they purposely show you they take one look at you and say, yeah, this fucking guy cannot afford an F-250. Let me show him that first so that we get him thinking, well, 600's a lot, but 450's better. That's what they do. They try to mind fuck you into these things. And I would shut that down because I hate shopping just in general, car shopping, grocery shopping. I'm not a shopping guy. So for me, it was like I went in with the same attitude I would go in the grocery store. I go in the grocery store, it's like, get the fuck out of my way. I know what I want. I'll be in and out of here in 15 minutes. And I'm the same way with the car dealer. I go to the car dealer and I tell the guy as he comes sauntering over, pretending he's happy to see me, hey, buddy, what are you looking for today? How can I help you? How can I help put you in that nice ride? Fuck you. $250, $500 down, and go. And I think now if you went and said that same thing, he would show you a bicycle.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no cars that are at that price now.
Dude, my wife just paid off her car, finally. But she's had it for 6 years.
Okay.
So it was a 6-year loan, and she finally paid it off like last week.
Sure.
And her payments were $198 a month. $189 a month. $189 a month, dude.
Well, 6 years ago, yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't even like you were paying a bill
Mhm.
because everything else is so much more expensive now. $189 a month was like, okay, all right, whatever. Here you go.
You know what kills me
My
in this?
cable bill is double that.
Yeah. My daughter's house payment. My daughter owns her house.
Yeah.
Her house payment is $565 for a house.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I tell her all the time, if it ever comes down to a decision of making my mortgage or making her mortgage, we're going to make her mortgage.
Right.
Because I'll move right into there, and God knows I can always find $500.
Yes.
No matter what. Dude, $500 doesn't even affect most people if you ask them to borrow it.
Okay, just so you know,
Yeah.
for your purposes alone, Chris,
Yeah.
you said you can always find 500.
Yeah.
It's running at the bottom of the screen at Seth Williams 32 on Venmo. At Seth Williams 32.
Well, I don't think we're going to find it from those people. But
Yeah.
but I know for a fact if you were 500 short on losing your car, I'm just throwing anything out there.
Right.
You could call your dad and he'd rip you off a check before you were off the phone.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't be like, hey, it's been 4 days. When are you going to get that back to me, son?
Right.
500 is kind of that number that's like, yeah, it hurts a little bit, but it doesn't hurt much. It doesn't. If you ask your dad for $5,000,
Different story.
now you have a different conversation you got to have. And now you have a whole separate set of phone calls and stuff that are going to come behind. Seth, I know we agreed to $200 a week, but you didn't make your payment this week.
Right.
I mean, you're never going to get that with $500. You're just never going to do that. I'll answer this question. Does my kid pay anything to work with to live in my house? My kid and I run the business out of my house, so it's a little more communal than that. I hate to sound like a libtard, but it really is kind of, neither one of us is money centric. All we care about is that we have enough. So when he needs shit, he gets it. When I need shit, I get it. It's that kind of a deal. It's not a hey son, it's rent time. It ain't like that.
I try to, the other thing is I try to keep relationships, from people that I've known in car industries and stuff like that.
Sure.
Because I'm going to need one soon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my car is, getting up there a little bit, 150,000 miles, whatever. And, as I've talked about on the show 5,000 times, it continues to have little issues here or there all the damn time. And now I need 4 new tires. I went out in the snow the other day and I think I might as well have been driving a sled down a hill.
Jesus.
And so I was like, yeah, I need new tires. I need to get that done. So God only knows how much that's going to be. But so it's always something. So I need to get something new. And it's, then it's an extra $2,000 on top of what I pay for the car because I got to get hand controls put in the damn thing.
Yeah, it's nonstop, dude. Dude,
That's why Trump wants to send out $2,000. I'll take that fucking $2,000. I know how much money we put into this government all the time, and we don't get shit back. I paid for Ukraine for 2 years now. Stop buying cookware. I mean, cookware cost me $90 total.
No, I'm with you.
Both sets of cookware cost me $90.
Even I'm gonna take the 2,000 if they throw it out here this time. I'm done being off the grid. I'm ready to be all the way on the grid. I'm ready to be like, give me whatever. Give me disability. Give me military money. Give me any money. I'm at this point, and I'll tell you why. It's not because I want to be a slug like all these fucking pink-haired lib fucking idiots. It's just more because I've done my part. I really have. I served the country. I've built businesses. I've done the pieces that I'm supposed to do to be a good American, so to speak. And I don't see dick of return to that.
Right.
I see pallets of money thrown to Iran. I see
Ukraine.
What's that guy? Zelensky.
Yeah.
Zelensky, every time he gets off the plane, it's with both hands shaped to fill it with money. It's like, fuck you. At this point, I'm ready to steal back what's mine in the first place.
Amen.
Government doesn't help us with dick.
Nope.
Nothing.
And I love Trump. I'm a Trump guy, but I go to the grocery store and I see all these goddamn prices. And so far, they ain't coming down the way that I want them to come down. Gas has been better. That's no doubt about that.
Well, I mean, dude, look at just the simple fact that you lost a leg. How the
Yes.
fuck, when you lost a leg, is there not somebody at the hospital filling out the disability paperwork? How is that not a thing? That when you have an amputation, that is an automatic disability. You know, that to me is an automatic. If you lose your hand, your arm, your leg, you know, whatever, it's automatically a disability. So why the fuck don't they just start it? Why do you have to, when you're going through trauma and pain and you're hopped up on drugs for a year while you get through it, why the fuck are you supposed to try and figure out the most complex governmental forms in the world?
Right.
That's
Well,
ridiculous.
that's the thing. I started doing it. The forms are just really ridiculous. That's why. Let me ask you: do you think it'd be worth it to just go to one of these disability lawyers and have them do this shit for me?
I do for you. I do for you, because you're going to get no less than 50% disability, and more than likely you're going to get a 75, 80%.
Will they do back pay?
For a few years, yeah, but now you've been at it long enough. I think it's 3 years, but you've been at it long enough that you're starting to lose those back payments, because it's been more than 3 years, right?
Yeah, about 3.5.
Yeah, so you've lost 6 months of pay.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to go back and I think I just need to go with these disability guys to
Go to
go
one of
through
them
it.
disability or any accountant. Do you know any accountants?
No.
There's got to be somebody that you know in the world. I'm trying to think if I know any accountants. I don't know if I know an accountant. I certainly know enough lawyers that could help you.
I just you see all these places and a lot of them just seem sketchy.
Skeezy, yeah.
And you get these calls from these 800 numbers, Premier Disability, this, that, and the
Yeah,
other thing.
fuck
It's like I want to go to somebody that I can trust to help me with this and not take all of it from me.
Dude, you're better to go to Elk and Elk or somebody like, just an actual attorney and say, yeah, this is what I need. Can you get it done for me?
Right.
And I'm sure even if they don't do it, they have partnerships with people that do.
Yeah.
And dude, what are you going to give up? 10%, 20%? Would you rather have 80% of something or 100% of the nothing you have now?
That exactly. You're right.
You should I should do it. Quite honestly, as much as I don't really feel like I'm quote unquote disabled, I do have things that I can't do. Because of the burns, because of the skin and shit. And my friend Bill, who Bill from the Today's Boondoggle podcast, you did his show. And Bill has been all over me for about a year to get my paperwork done for military, because if nothing else, I should be taking the military health care.
Right.
Which, and he's right, I should. And I just, honestly, the same reason I have not done that is because of, is the same reason you have. It's just a pain in the ass. And I don't want to go to the VA and sit in line for 3 or 4 hours, to get an ID card. And then 3 or 4 more hours to get an appointment. Then 3 or 4 more hours to get a finger jammed up my ass to see if I have colon cancer or whatever. It's like, ugh, it just sounds awful. But I'm with you. I need to do it too.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, no matter what I get, it's better than what I'm getting now.
Yeah. Habu's hitting it on the head here. You need a lawyer. It will take a year. It'll take a year and you will be rejected once. You'll get a year's pay, but the lawyer will take a third. So what? You would take 70% of a year's pay, wouldn't you?
Yes. Our friend Frodo's Tom with the photos said, "Hey Seth, I can ask my wife who she recommends." So I told him that would be fantastic.
I'd like to know that too, Tom. I might jump on. Like I said, I'm ready to jump on the bandwagon. I'm ready to fucking get on Wick or EBT or Snap or whatever it is. Sure, pay for my Doritos, goddammit. I'll take them. Isn't that what I'm supposed to be getting with the Snap stuff?
I remember
soda.
What sucks is I remember back in the day, dude, when we found out my wife was pregnant with her daughter.
Uh-huh.
And I had just lost my full-time job at the radio station, and they
Right.
hired me back, but they hired me back part-time.
Sure.
Now I was still doing the same fucking hours I was doing before,
Right.
but they took all my benefits and they, just made me part-time. Made me part-time doing the same job I was doing, but no
Right.
benefits, no extra, whatever.
And lied right to your face. Oh, Seth, we're so glad you're back.
Yeah. But I mean, but that was, I wanted to work in radio, and there was nothing else for me to do around here. So I stayed at MMS and did my thing and whatever. It was fine. They literally, this is how it went, dude. So I get home from doing my overnight shift, right? Do you remember Kevin Matheny?
Yeah, sure.
He's actually Howard Stern's boss, and
Pig virus.
Yeah, in the movie and everything, and in New York. And so, but he worked for us and for our cluster. And so I get home from doing my shift, and he's since passed, and I love that guy. He was a really great guy. But he calls me back on my phone as soon as I get home, and he says, "All right, Seth, you need to come into the office." Blah blah blah. I was like, fuck, because I knew it was that time of year.
Sure.
When they just start dropping people like flies.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get in, and I'm like literally in tears on my way into fucking work, dude.
Right.
And I had to drive all the way back in. I was just so pissed. And I get there, I get in the office, they shut the door. And so now I'm, you're shaking because you know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, sorry, but we're gonna have to let you go. There's nothing personal, it's a budget thing, blah blah blah. And I said, okay. And I was sad and I was upset. And then before I even got up out of the chair, they go, here's your severance check. When I looked at it, it was something like 20 grand, dude. I was
right.
And I was kind of okay with that. I was like, all right. And then he goes, what we'd like you to do is just take 2 weeks off. We're not going to deactivate your card. We're going to hire you back. It'll be the same job that you've been doing. It'll be part-time and stuff for now until we find another full-time job for you.
Right.
I was like, so you're handing me a $20,000 check.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to take 2 weeks off, and my card won't be deactivated, so I can still come into the building, and I can get my job back in a couple of weeks. Yes. I was like, done deal.
Yeah, but it was the ultimate tease, though.
But it was.
Because that 20 grand, let's face it, 2 of it went to the 2 weeks of time that you were off. 2, 3, something like that.
I think Grander went to a strip club like the next night with my wife.
Well, that's what I'm saying is, but the other 17,000 that's left went into the shit that they took away from you. Especially the health care at $500 to $800 a month. They didn't do you a solid. They did you what made the most sense on the spreadsheet.
But my point is that when they did do that, back to the original point of the story, but my wife was then pregnant. We didn't have money coming in because she had to take time off because she was ready to pop, and so she was down. It does. In cookware. Thank you very much. The jokes continue. Maybe I should Venmo you guys. Fuck. And so, we qualified all of a sudden, dude, for all this SNAP benefits and all this other bullshit. And we looked at each other and said, we're not going to do that. We're just not going to do it. And I just started doing, I picked up a trivia job at like 3 different bars. I picked up another gig that I was doing, DJing on the weekends out at a bar.
Sure.
And then I was still doing the overnights on MMS. And so literally I had 3 jobs going at once.
Mm-hmm.
And while she was, doing her thing at home and having a baby and stuff. And so we didn't take anything. We didn't take one benefit, not one.
Sure.
And now when I sit back and I look at it and I look at the people that don't fucking need it, that are just taking it, that are taking advantage of the system, and it makes me sick.
Yeah.
So you know what? You want to give me free shit? Give me free shit now. I'll take all you want. All you want to give to me, I'll take. I have no pride anymore. I have no fucking leg.
Well,
what do you want from me?
Forget that. Forget the leg part of it. There's no reason to have pride in it when you see people doing better than you that have no purpose. It makes you question your dude. I know I said it half joking on the show here 5-6 months ago, whenever this was rampant, but I really do question myself for not just going in and robbing a grocery store. And I don't mean stealing the money, but I mean just filling up a cart and leaving. leaving with $300 worth of groceries. I question that now. I never did. I always thought, man, and I was always that guy that like even snapped at my kids if they ate a grape or something. I was like, hey, you didn't pay for that. Don't, I was that kind of a dad. Now I'm literally looking at it and going, you know what? Look at these fucking assholes that are just stealing Walmart blind and nothing happens to them.
Yeah.
And it makes me really feel like I'm the asshole for not taking advantage of the situation that has been presented to me by our government. It's not by the store. It's the police department saying, we're not going to arrest you unless you steal up to this level.
Right.
You know what, dude? I could live the rest of my life stealing $300 every 2 weeks out of the grocery store.
I go to California and just take a TV.
Yeah.
Next week,
my
get a pile
TV's
of
dead.
groceries.
Well, I'll just go to the local Best Buy and take one.
Yeah.
Who's going to stop me? You might have to fight your way out with some customers or something, but so what? Walk in there with a fucking hammer. You'll be fine. Yeah,
I mean, the only reason why I don't do that kind of stuff and haven't done that kind of stuff is because I still believe in God, dude. I still believe in
sure, same.
being a good person and not screwing up. But
yeah,
at some point,
I wonder now if being a good person is being smart anymore. There used to be the correlation. Remember back in the day, the better a person you were, the smarter people perceived you to be.
Yeah.
Now, I think we look at it and we see the honest to God truth is the better person you are, the more you get shit on.
Yes.
That's just life.
Well, yeah, that's what I've learned over life.
Mm-hmm.
And work in a lot of different ways, dude.
Yeah, in everything. No one's for us. No one at all. Dude, COVID proved that. COVID proved that. When they literally had us shut out of our jobs and we're just blindly printing money and we're blindly saying, oh yeah, we have this vaccine. We tested it for 3 hours. Go ahead and stick it in your fucking arm.
Or you're going to get fired.
Or you're fired. Where was the government to protect us then? They weren't. They were on the bad side. They were literally the criminals then. And we were and I never have, as much as I find most of it to be liberal people. Anybody that took that jab out of fear, I don't actually blame them. You know what I mean? It takes a certain amount of intestinal fortitude to stand up and say, I'd rather lose my job and not know if I'm ever going to get money again in a time when nobody's really working.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's a hard decision. You're making $100,000 a year. Are you really going to risk that to not take a shot? That your stupid fucking president and all his minions are saying it's tested, it's good, it's not going to hurt you. It's a hard decision.
I do remember when they put out these vaccine cards you had to have to be able to go out to eat places and get on planes or do whatever it was, and then they called Trump Hitler. You literally had people asking for your papers, or you were going to get punished severely, and yet they called Trump Hitler.
Dude, I was when all that was going on, I had 15 different friends, and I'm going to name none of them. But I had 15 different friends that were making the fake cards.
Nice.
The fake cards, and they knew what to write on them, and they knew, how to make sure that they looked good. And truth be told, most people weren't testing them or whatever, weren't challenging them. But I refused to do it. They all came to me like, here, I'll just get, there's one time as one friend, I'll tell you the exact story. It was a band I love, Sepultura. I'm a big Sepultura fan. I love them. And they were one of these bands that was playing down at the Agora. And they were one of those that had if you don't have a Vax card, you can't come to the show. And my one buddy hit me up and was like, come on, we'll go to the show. And I was like, nope, I'm not going because I don't have a Vax card. And my buddy was like, I'll give you a Vax card, man. We'll fill it out and you'll be fine. And I was like, no, I'm not going to lie to get into this fucking show. I'm just not willing to do that. I'm not willing to suck the government dick so that I can hear Roots Bloody Roots. Fuck
Right.
you. It proves that the band isn't even strong enough to stand to their own message of standing up to authority, so they can suck my cock too. And that's really where I was at with it. And I just didn't go places. You know, when places had, and you could ask John Drake about this, because I very famously pissed him and his wife off something fierce when we were all meeting up here in Twinsburg at the Basement.
Yeah.
You know the restaurant, the Basement. Yep. And it was right in the middle of COVID. It was probably 2021. It was when mask thing was like a big deal, right?
Right.
And they all asked me to meet them there. I was like, yeah, sure. You coming into my town, whatever. I go into the basement. There's a person standing right there. Sir, you're going to have to put on your mask. And I looked at him and said, no, I'm not. And I walked right past him. And the guy followed me to try and get me to put on a mask. And I turned back on him and I was like, do I need to throw you on the fucking floor, or are you just going to back off? Because I'm not putting on a fucking mask. And I didn't. And I walked over and I sat down. And of course, they gave us shitty service for the entire night. Our food took forever to come. Our beers were warm. It was bad. But I didn't care, because I wasn't going to play by their rules. I wasn't going to cave. And I didn't. And I never did. I talked about this a zillion times. I wore a mask 2 times in the entire COVID. 2 times. And both times we're dealing with my mom having like doctor's appointments and surgery where I had to go into the hospital. But I had a mask made that looks like a deformed burn victim face.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's really horrendous looking. But I wore it every time, the 2 times that I wore a mask. Because if they're going to force me to see a mask, I was going to horrify them. And I absolutely did. It was fucking glorious.
I remember it was kind of a terrifying mask.
It is.
So the couple times I think I got yelled at for not wearing a mask. I went to a Subway to pick up dinner and take it home. We're obviously not going to eat there. And so I didn't have the damn mask on when I walked in. And the girl was like, you need to put your mask on. I said, I'm not putting my mask on. And I said, in fact, you need to take your mask off, because I can't hear a goddamn thing that you're saying. Right. I'm trying to give you my order. You're not paying attention. I can't hear what you're saying to me. Please stop. Take the fucking mask off and make my food. Mm-hmm. And she didn't, but I pointed at stuff. It was a pain in the ass. Yeah. And then one day at work, because, radios just, they don't shut down. So it was like, we had to be there. Sure. And so, there was a limited group of people that were allowed to be there. I mean, sales and all that, they weren't allowed to be there. Even management didn't come in. It was just people that had to do with on-air stuff. If you had to run the board, you had to talk, whatever. But even Trev ended up staying home. Right. And doing shows from home. So it was just me and a handful of people that had to do it from, the building. Mm-hmm. And I remember one day, our boss did come in just to check on everything to see how things are going. And I had my mask around my chin, because what the fuck am I I'm sitting in a room by myself. Right. I'm not putting a mask on. And he's like, Seth, you're going to have to put your mask on. I said, I'm not putting my mask on.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Seth, you're going to have to leave. I said, then you come in and work, because I'm not putting this fucking mask on. I'm in here by myself. Yeah. And from that point on, nobody gave me any shit about it. I just left it off and I didn't care. Yeah. I remember we hired a girl. I miss her, Julie Holiday, right? Mm-hmm. And they hired her during COVID because we needed somebody to do news. And she was awesome. Really pretty girl, very nice, whatever. And they brought her in, and she's got her mask on. Everybody's got their masks on, whatever. And I walk in, and dude, you know me, I see a hot chick, I'm going to,
Yeah, you take a look.
And so I immediately go up to her. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And I go to shake her hand, and everybody's like, oh my God, what are you doing?
Don't touch her.
I was like, I'm shaking the girl's hand. She just started working here.
Yeah. And elbow, give her the elbow.
Like, everybody's looking at me like I'm a fucking moron. I was like, dude, if you're worried about COVID, you should have stayed the fuck home. Yeah. I was like, I'm not worried about this. I was like, please stop. Mm-hmm. You're going to force us to be here. I'm going to act like a normal fucking person.
Yeah. I had the attitude that if I die, I die. My choice, not theirs. Blow me.
I mean, I remember the first time I got it, though, I was afraid I was going to die. I was like, oh, my God, I can't smell anything anymore. I was like, oh, no, here we go. This is it. Mm-hmm. And, it sucked for a couple of weeks. But I remember, you know how much of a dumbass I felt like when, Triv would show up with some of his friends, and me and a couple other people would go down and smoke with him outside, right?
Right.
And for some dumb fucking reason, we're all standing in a big ass circle 6 feet apart from each other. And I'm sitting there going, hello, do you know how dumb we look? We're all blowing smoke at each other's faces while we're talking to each other.
Yeah.
And we're standing 6 feet apart. I just inhaled everything that was in your mouth because you're smoking and blowing it on me. And you're going to worry about the damn COVID. I was like, get the hell out of here. Nonsense.
It was ridiculous, dude. It was so stupid. And, I keep seeing that they keep trying to bring it back, but nobody's paying attention anymore. That's making me laugh even more than anything, how they just keep saying, oh, there's an outbreak of COVID in California or what. It's like, fuck you.
I heard the other day that somebody was trying to push it was like a flu/COVID shot. Now this will cure everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the new thing, is because people won't take the COVID shot, but they will take the flu shot.
But they don't understand what the shot. That was awesome. Well, what people don't understand is this was an experimental shot. It was something that changes your DNA, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked to Bob and I talked to this guy, Dr. Robert Malone. He was one of the founders of the vaccine, one of the guys who created the shot.
Right.
The mRNA technology to have this shot.
Mm-hmm.
He almost died from taking the shot.
Yeah.
And he tells people don't take it. One of the top cardiologists in the world, Dr. Peter McCullough, we've had on the show numerous times. Again, don't take the damn shot. But they were ostracized. They were called crazy. And
they were ostracized. They're called crazy. They were canceled everywhere. They weren't allowed to be on YouTube.
No.
Even if they were on Fox News or something, that segment couldn't go on YouTube. It was ridiculous. COVID was a stupid time. I certainly hope people have learned from that stupid time, because that was really stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that mask is great, though, isn't it?
Yeah. And again, I remember I've told a story about being at the hospital when I get my leg chopped off. And when I was in rehab, they kept trying to tell me to get the damn shot. I said, I'm not taking the shot. And finally, one of the nurses came up to me and was like, yeah, don't listen to them. Do not take this damn shot.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, we've been seeing more problems than anything. And I was on a floor with brain dead people.
Sure.
And so it wasn't like I was around a whole lot of people with COVID. But the guy said, don't take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, they tried when I was in the hospital with COVID. They came in 3 different times. They're like, we're just going to give you the shot so that you don't get it again. And blah, blah, blah. And I was like, nope, absolutely not. And they made me sign paperwork refusing the shot. And then I had to sign paperwork to refuse the vent. Yeah. They were hell bent that they were going to put the vent in me too. And I was like, fuck. No, I had heard. And now, admittedly, this is one time I listened to the conspiracy theories, because I heard the conspiracy theory that the hospitals got paid like $30,000 for every person that died on the vent or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, not me, pal. Not going to happen. So, it's
I think I've had it. I think I've had it twice.
COVID, I've had it twice. Once real bad, once was a cold.
The last time I had it was the quote new strain.
Okay.
And dude, man, I've never had a sore throat that bad in my life. It was so fucking terrible. And it was bad for 2 weeks. And I felt bad because at my job, nobody is trained to do what I do.
Yeah.
And so I had to go in. And so I just kind of kept my mouth shut and went in, did my job. Then 3 people ended up getting COVID.
Nice.
Well, I didn't say anything to anybody.
And it is weird, man, because with the COVID, isn't it weird that everybody that caught COVID knows where they got it? I know for a fact I got it at Funny Stop. I was at the Anthony Cumia Comedians of the Compound show. And I went there, me and Kelly went there for, just to see the show. And both of us had COVID 3 days later. It was just
I know I got it from my wife and daughter who got the shot and they gave me COVID.
Nah, that's great. Wonderful.
Wait a second, you guys got the shot. And they were both sick as fuck. and they're laying there, and they're coughing all over the place. I'm sitting in the car with them, and we're going somewhere, and literally coughing all over me, and windows are shut. I'm like, oh my God, now I'm gonna get it. Sure as shit, I got it.
Sure you did. But at least you didn't get hospital. I mean, I was hospitalized with it. It was bad. When I had it, was bad. But honestly, it was kind of my own fault because I laid in bed instead of going to the doctor. You know, I just was like, we're all stupid in that way as men. We get sick and we don't want to admit that we're sick.
Yeah.
So we're all just like, I'm gonna sleep it off. I'm gonna drink a gallon of water. I'll be fine. Give me some aspirin.
Yeah.
You know, we all do this thing like the idiots that we are. And sure as shit, I laid there until I was half a step from absolute death. It's not good, but even at the doorstep of death, I didn't take the COVID shot.
So
I would have rather died.
I'll be honest, that's why I have lost a leg, probably because I knew something was wrong down there in that foot, and I refused to go see a doctor. I was like, I'll get over this.
Yeah, give it a week. It'll be better.
Take some aspirin, take something, and I'll be okay. I was like, I'm going to pour some hydrogen peroxide on my foot. Maybe that'll kill the infection, and I'll be okay. And then I'm in a fucking hospital waking up from a coma with no leg.
Meanwhile, you thought somehow that hydrogen peroxide was gonna kill like black and green ooze coming out of your fucking foot. It's like, no, dude.
No, it might help that scrape I got when I fell, but it ain't gonna be helping what was happening down there.
Dude.
Yeah, but men are stupid like that, dude. That's why I like that all the time.
We are. Dude. I
never even thought about going to the hospital when I had COVID, dude. Not even 1 second did I think about it.
I don't know if you've ever done this. This is kind of my sickness in a way. But have you?
Oh, that's why. Hang on, Chris.
What?
That's why.
What?
The Venmo thing is misspelled. That's why nobody's donating.
Is it?
Yeah. You have WILLILAMS. Willie Lambs.
That's it?
Yes.
I'm sure that's it. Let's fix
dude.
it.
Huh?
Well, let's fix it.
Now dude, we probably lost $200,000.
Oh, I'm sure we did. I'm sure. Well, now it's fixed. Let the money roll in.
All right. So now that it is fixed, please let the money start coming in. We are doing this for you.
Roll it in.
It's a Willie Lambs. Now, good old Seth Willie Lambs probably made like $1,500 in the past 2 weeks.
I'm sure he's made as much as we have.
If Seth Willie Lambs is out there, I want my money, damn it.
First of all, I don't think there's 32 Seth Woolly Lambs. I just don't think there is. I bet you have few antibiotics that work for you. It's not wrong. Most of them don't. Do you ever do this if you have like a wound or something that's not healing quick? Just take a knife and cut it. Did you ever do that?
You want me to tell you a horrific story?
Yeah.
So, dude, this was probably, I don't know, 20, whatever. I was working at MMS, and it was a Saturday night. There was nobody there but me.
Sure.
And so I'm walking around the building and doing my thing, but I had this major tooth infection, dude. Major.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And like it had, like literally, it was like a big, huge. It felt like there was a lump of cancer in my fucking. I shouldn't say cancer. It felt like but there was a giant lump in the side of my cheek and into my gums and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dude, it's been hurting me for days. And I was like, man, I can't deal with this anymore. I went to the kitchen in the building. I got a steak knife, and I fucking stuck it in there, and I jabbed the shit out of this thing. And it hurt really bad.
Right.
But, dude, I got through the skin and whoosh,
pulled it out.
Everything was like gushing out of my side of my mouth. And I was like, but it's over. I'm done.
Yeah.
Felt better like 20 minutes later, dude. I was like, all right.
Dude, I can beat that one.
All right.
I had this hole right here in my teeth. And it's because I'm missing these two teeth right here. And I'm just too lazy to, honestly, I just don't give a shit about vanity enough to get like fake teeth or any of that shit.
Yeah.
That just seems dumb to me. Whatever. This is it. This is me. I talk fine. I don't give a fuck. But the two teeth, the first tooth got punched out of my face. And in a bar fight. And then the second one, though, this is the more, I bit wrong on a fork eating a piece of chicken, and I bit wrong and I cracked the tooth, and it just was cracked, and it would wiggle a lot.
Wow.
So I called the dentist. The dentist wanted like $600 to pull this fucking tooth. I went up. We had at the time, Twinsburg had a True Value hardware store. I went up and bought a clean piece of vice grips.
Yeah.
Put it in my mouth, tightened it down, and punched it out of my fucking face. And my kids, I did it right in front of my kids and the wife, and they all four of them were like, ah, because I hit it really hard. I spit a lot of blood and stuff out, because obviously it poured blood. But didn't hurt even a little bit. It just didn't hurt a little. And, it's one of my all-time favorite stories because it's like everybody thought it was such a painful thing, and it didn't hurt at all. Breaking the tooth on the fork hurt infinitely more than pulling it out of my face.
Yeah, I will say that the steak knife thing did hurt, but it was worth it in the end because the infection was gone.
Mm-hmm.
So. Fucking, that's men for you, dude.
We're men.
Dumb.
Yeah, we're dumb men.
I mean, most likely that steak knife probably could cause more of an infection than the infection that was already there.
Yeah, or spread an infection around or something. From
you
touching it and then pushing it into other places in the gum. In a gum that you just cut open.
Right. So, I mean, it was probably a bad idea, but it helped at the time. It was.
Oh, yeah.
All
right, you want to switch topics a little bit, take a little break?
Sure, let's take a quick break and then we'll be back and
how about
do
this?
Some more.
I'll play one commercial, then I'll play the Dog Pound Details. That'll give you plenty of time to go take a piss or.
That sounds like a plan to me. Dog Pound Details with John Drake. Talking about how great our team is.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
So exciting. Remember, it's not Seth Willie Lambs. So it's Seth Williams 32 on Venmo if you'd like to send a little something our way.
Yeah. Well, while you guys are digging for your credit card,
listen to this.
Listen to this. It's Dave Landau.
Get ready for a live podcast event you won't want to miss. The Seth Williams Show is going live and in person on Friday, December 19th, and they're bringing a comedy heavyweight, famed comedian Dave Landau. You know him from his hit show Normal World on Blaze TV, Kill Tony, The Joe Rogan Experience, and more. This is your chance to see him up close. And we're talking full treatment. Enjoy a free lunch provided by Smoke and Rock and Roll, plus dessert courtesy of Randy Trask's no-bake cookies. Mark your calendar, Friday, December 19th during the day. Remember, this is an invite-only event, so you must be available. To secure your spot and receive your personal invite, send an email right now to SethWilliamsShow@gmail.com.
What's up, guys? John Drake here with another edition of the Dog Pound Details. Stop me if you've heard this one before. The Browns lost again. This time it was 27-20 to the New York Jets. I'd like to amend my statement. The special teams, the Cleveland Browns special teams, lost to the New York Jets. Kind of an interesting game. The play calling switched hands. Kevin Stefanski gave it over to Tommy Reese. And I got to say the play calling at least looked more interesting. They tried some different things. It wasn't just, hey, we're going to throw dump offs and 5-yard outs and all this kind of dumb crap. They actually tried some stuff, which was cool. So that's good. Dylan Gabriel, however, still played pretty crappy. Ironically, he was throwing it down the field. We did take some 15 to 20 yard shots. One thing, I don't know if anybody else noticed this but me, because I haven't heard it mentioned, on 3rd and long, they weren't running the draw play. They were actually chucking it downfield, trying to get first downs, which I thought was a very positive development. And let's face it, in a season like this, you got to find something positive because, that's special teams unit. They said it on the radio. They had 2 weeks to prepare for this opponent, and they give up not one, but 2 special teams return touchdowns. Not only that, but they were within 36 seconds of each other. How do you allow that to happen? Was Bubba Ventrone just like kind of still yelling at some of the guys when the next return started? And he's like, ah, shit, I forgot to tell those guys. And then touchdown. Like, what the hell is that about? So, the Browns defense only gave up 13 points. The Jets offense was god awful. And the Browns offense finally scored 20 points, and you still lost. I saw a stat that said teams that allowed less than 175 yards of total offense to their opponent and also did not turn the ball over themselves prior to Sunday's game were 225-0. That is now 225-1, the Browns being that one loss. And I don't know about you guys, but aren't you tired of those types of stats continuing to happen to the Cleveland Browns? Every once in a rare while, you see that happen to another team, but it's almost never anyone but us. These unbelievable stats you don't think could possibly be real, and they happen to us. It's just asinine. So another damn loss. Defense played well. Offense, Gabriel clearly has no time. He has no playmakers, so that's not good. This season really has devolved into what I thought it would right off the beginning, where I said we're going to be rooting against other teams so that we can get a better draft pick, and we're going to be watching college to see what quarterbacks are coming out that we can get. So the better game to me this past weekend was Indiana-Penn State. I got to watch Fernando Mendoza. There you go. So he's a top quarterback. You got Ty Simpson out of Alabama, Dante Moore out of Oregon. There's some other guys, but those are really the three that seem to be separating themselves. If we got any great news this week, it's that Paul DePodesta is finally gone. The guy's been here 10 years, and we are in no better shape than we were when he got here. So good riddance. I don't know what he did. Nobody does, but he can get the fuck out of here and stay there. Good for him going to the shittiest major league team. But yeah, we are down to rooting against other teams, man. So right now, if the draft happened today, we would be picking 4th. And we are currently rooting against teams like, the Tennessee Titans, New Orleans Saints, the New York Giants, the New York Jets, the Raiders, the Dolphins. Yeah. And right now, the problem you have with your draft pick is New York can leapfrog you, the Jets. So I don't think there's any way you're even getting the top pick in the draft unless you earn it yourself. Otherwise, New York can trade up and get that. So whichever quarterback they want, they can get. So that's what we're up against, man. That's what the rest of the Browns season is going to be. Waiting to see when we see Shadeur Sanders, wondering if we're going to see Deshaun Watson, and, just seeing what quarterbacks are going to come out of college and potentially ride in here on a white horse. So I want everybody fired. Clean house, promote Schwartz to coach, hire Brian Flores for coach, get John Dorsey back here. I don't know, something. Just do something. Just get rid of Stefanski and Barry. I've absolutely had it with them. So, Browns lose. They got the Baltimore Ravens coming to town this week. It's a 4:00 kickoff. Browns are going to lose. I might as well just do the dog pound details for that one right now, back to back. But anyway, a broken record, broken season, broken team. I'm apathetic. Go Browns. Yay. Ooh.
That's good.
They've broken the all-time fan.
They have. That was good. I enjoyed his other stuff there.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what happened in the chat?
Yeah, some stupid cunt was in there just being a dick, and I banned him.
What did he say? Because I can't scroll down to see his comment.
Trump's a pedophile. Are you guys happy that your leader fucks kids? Yeah.
Well, that's not true. If he,
of course, it's not true.
If he was actually any smart, he, she, whatever it is, I would assume that person has an it, they, them kind of a pronoun thing going on. If you actually read the story at the end says this is one of the girls who has repeatedly said he did nothing wrong, that he was a very nice person, and that there was nothing there. So you have to read the entire story other than what the media feeds you. But MTG, is that what his name?
Marky Taylor Green, yeah. MTG's loose hole.
Loose hole?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Funny
whoever this
name.
person was,
Funny name.
good luck. I mean, you're not hurting anybody's feelings here, so it's not like you're going to bother me or Chris or anybody that listens to the show. We actually know and believe the truth, as opposed to you who just it was another obvious and completely obvious try to distract the public because of the shutdown.
Of course.
Because the vote's happening today, they needed something to show that it wasn't their fault or to just distract from the fact that it was their fault. And so they throw out this email. And this email, it means nothing. If you actually read the entire story, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Nothing.
If he was implicated in something, you really going to tell me that it would have taken him this long, as hard as they've been after this guy?
They tried to kill him twice.
Yeah. But now they got the goods on him. They got this email. Man, they're going to show him a thing or two.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
It's the only thing that they hold on to. That and their sexual relationships with each other. I mean, that's the only things that they have.
Yeah.
The left is completely clueless on what the hell to do because they've lost everything. Their approval ratings down to 19%. They've become a socialist/communist party. There is not even a Democrat that's for real anymore over there. They're communists and accepting of it.
Yeah.
Obama said the other day that Mom Donnie is the future of America.
Yeah, no, he ain't.
So whoever that guy is, girl was, it is, go to hell.
Yep.
Go find another show to watch.
Yeah, or you could watch this one. I just muted you, so you cannot communicate with the chat room.
Or you can feel free to donate some money.
Yeah, go
Seth
ahead.
Williams 32 on Venmo.
That'll teach us.
Yes, that'll, swear to God, we'll unmute you if you donate like $100.
Yeah, $100, and we will unmute you. Go ahead, MTG. I'm not saying we won't remute you in 3 minutes, but I'll unmute you. I'll unmute you for 100. Why not? Throw 500 in there. I'll cheerlead for you. Yay! Trump is a pedophile. Pay me.
MTG
Isn't that how they do their picketing anyway? Is they wait for the paycheck and then they show up?
Yes, MTG is like a nice protester. Yes.
Yeah.
I just got back from the restroom and all of a sudden I see people hating on somebody. And I don't know what happened.
Yeah, just somebody being a dick. It happens.
I'd vote for Fetterman at this point.
Yeah, who would have ever seen that coming? That
I know.
this guy would be the voice of sanity in the Democratic Party.
All it took was a stroke.
I mean, the guy shows up to hit the floor in a hoodie and a pair of shorts.
And he dresses like me. I'm so happy to see somebody that represents me in Congress.
There he is. By the people, for the people, and just like the people, apparently.
Yes, all I wear is hoodies. So the other day, man, I shouldn't even say this because everybody was going to yell at me again. It was only $5, but I saw it on eBay on Amazon, so I had to get it.
Right.
I bought a hoodie, gear shift cover.
Okay.
So it looks like an American flag kind of, but it's a hoodie, like hoodie material and stuff.
Right.
And you put it over your gear shift, a little hood up, sleeves and stuff. And I'm probably gonna my hand's gonna slip on it. I'm gonna end up driving into a wall or something like that. But it looks cool. It really does. It's fun. They even have like all the sports teams, so you can get one like a Browns colors or something.
Nice.
A stroke made him the most reasonable man in Congress. Yes, it did. Take that, MTG.
Makes a good point.
Yeah.
MTG showed up the minute you disappeared.
I'm Clark Kent.
Yeah, there it is.
Clark Kent.
Are you Marjorie Taylor Greene's loose hole, Seth?
Was that the full name, Marjorie?
Yeah.
MTG loose hole.
Loose hole.
I will say that's pretty funny.
It's a good name.
It is a good name.
It's a good name. It probably pisses him off he came up with such a great name only to get banned in 3 minutes.
Yeah. I can't believe
Never
that
get
person,
that one back.
There's no way that person came up with that name, herself, because that person's not creative enough to come up with a funny name.
Oh, I'll give him that.
Came up with a terrible take.
Yeah.
Obviously doesn't read or do research other than listening to fucking CNN headlines.
Well, typical lib. When do facts matter?
I mean, I heard the story when I left work today, listening to the radio, and I was like, I'm going to dig into this a little bit and see what's actually going on. I was driving and was able to figure out what actually happened. This guy can't figure it out after it happened 8 hours ago.
Well, he showed us, though.
He showed us, though.
He
Way to
called
go.
Trump a pedophile, and we're upset.
I was researching while eating a double cheeseburger driving back to my house. Way to go.
Part, you got us, especially me, who doesn't cheerlead for anybody,
Yeah.
who thinks that every politician's a piece of shit. But you showed me. Good work there, loose hole.
Nice name, though.
Yeah. Shut your meat flaps, asshole. Think of that.
I was listening to John's Dog Pound details. He was saying we have to root against some of those teams. You got to root for those teams to win.
Well, I think that's what he meant, was rooting. Well, no, he just said it wrong. You're right. Now I'm thinking about it. We got to root for them to win.
Yeah,
so we're
we don't
rooting
want them
for them.
Yeah, you don't want to root against them. We're rooting against them. You want them to lose.
Yeah, we want to root for them. Come on, Titans. See, Titans, I'm not worried about. They're not taking a quarterback.
No.
Titans can go ahead and have the worst record in football. They're not taking a quarterback.
The Jets will take a quarterback.
Jets have to take a quarterback. I mean, having their guy with 8 fucking passes in the game or whatever, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is just bad football. That whole game was bad football.
Salem Communications is calling me.
Who?
Salem Communications?
Salem.
Should I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead. Answer it on the air.
Hello? Hello? Yes. Hi. Good. I hope I'm good. I don't know what. Okay. As of right now, I don't. I will be talking to my wife next day or so here to try to get everything.
I'm gonna mute that one just because I don't know where that's going, but it sounds like it's personal stuff. I'll wait till he puts the phone down to unmute him here. What seemed like a fun little thing to take that phone call, not so much fun. All right, Seth, you back?
Yeah. It starts out with, hi, Seth, this is blah, blah, blah from Salem Communications HR department. I was like, oh, God, what did I say?
Well, that's why I was like, when it started off and you were like, I hope everything's good. I was like, yeah, I bet maybe I better mute this. I don't want Seth to be heard being fired on the air.
No, open enrollment, so I need to get stuff done.
All right.
So I will actually come home with a $30 paycheck every week.
Great.
I'll have a deductible of $10,000 and a paycheck of $200.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I know, isn't that great? Your payment's only going to be once a week of $400. I did want to address something with you though. Back to the dog pound details for a second. Yeah. John said at the end, my biggest fear, which is that we're going to have to see if Deshaun Watson gets back on the field.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people talk about that.
I have too, and that's just frightening.
But it almost is better than what we have, but I don't want to see better than what we have right now.
I don't either.
You don't want a good record going into the draft, man. You got 2 first-round picks.
Yeah. I mean, and the crazy thing is that let's say that he does come back. He won't come back for 2 more weeks, so it's 2 more losses. So what happens if he comes back and he's great and the team ends up 6-11 or something?
No, thank you.
We're screwed. We're ended up picking number 15 again or whatever. We're going to trade that second first-round pick to move up in the fucking draft.
Hey! I was told to check our Venmo, and I checked it.
Yes.
And we received a $20 donation.
Wow.
Thank you, Cody.
Thank you, Cody.
Appreciate that. Habu says, fired again? Oh.
Well, you could be fired again now. You got paid from Venmo.
Thank you, Cody. We appreciate that greatly.
That's like
And that's like the second time he's done it, man.
Yeah, Cody's the man.
He's outpacing so many people.
Yeah, I'm not stoked about Deshaun Watson coming back in any way.
No.
First of all, I don't think they'll be any better. But the other piece to it is, what if they are? What if he comes back and actually has the fire of 5 years ago? Boy, would that fucking, not only would that ruin what's already a bad year, but what does that do about next year? Does that make him the starter again next year? Does that make him not? Does that make us not draft a quarterback? Do we cut Dylan and our quarterbacks next year, or Deshaun and Shadeur?
Is that his last year next year?
No, 2 more. I'm pretty sure it's next year and the year after.
What if he ends up playing really good?
I don't care if he does. I don't want him. He's to me, that bridge is burned. I don't know about you, but I mean,
shit. The owner said it was a swing and a miss, dude. Why would he even want to play here?
Well, and that, there's 230 million reasons why he wants to play here, but I'm sure he'd rather just get cut, cash out that last 100 million or whatever it is, and get another 100 million or whatever. I'm sure that could happen too. But think of it this way. Let's say the Giants. Say we cut him and the Giants pick him up, and he's a world beater. He's literally like Baker Mayfield is now.
Right.
If he turns out to be that level, do you feel bad? I mean, will you really be watching? Like right now, do you watch the Tampa Bay and think, oh, the Browns, if they would have just kept Baker? Do you think that, or is that just water under the bridge at this point?
I think it's over.
I think it's over too. I don't think anybody's.
And let's be honest about Baker. Baker, I mean, look, he had a lot of controversy here, I guess, and a little bit of bad luck and hurt. They kind of screwed him a little bit by playing him hurt and all this stuff. Sure. But even after he left here, he wasn't good.
No, not for the first. He turned good.
Yeah, he eventually got good.
Mm-hmm. He had that one game for the Rams, right, where he threw for he signed and threw for 500 yards or whatever it was. 2 days after he was signed, it was some crazy luck thing, and that's what Baker needed. Baker's that guy that always needs the controversy to fuel him, and good for him. Look, I'm thrilled that Baker's having an MVP type season. I really am. I liked Baker.
Me too.
I wasn't upset when he got. I'll be perfectly honest. I was thrilled when they cut him and traded for Deshaun Watson, because I thought we were getting the Pro Bowl guy I had been watching for the Texans, and we did not get that guy. If we got that guy, this team would have made it to the championship game. The first full year he played, if he played like he did the last full season he played for Houston, we're in the championship game with that defense that we had, and the players that we had on offense, and Chubb was still healthy, and
I'm not even mad that he got a little Hummer in the back of the Cheesecake Factory either, dude.
Yeah, I could care less.
God bless him.
Why do we care about that? Gee, I mean, I can't imagine that a rich, famous sports athlete gets his dick sucked by 40 different women in 40 different weeks. I can't believe that goes on. That's terrible. Come on. Stop it.
Cody says, I'd rather Venmo directly instead of Rumble Rants ever since Chris told me about the cut that Rumble gets.
Yes, true.
They get a cut of our money. Get the hell out of here.
It's their money. We're using their system to collect it.
So, thanks again, Cody.
They take a big chunk. Venmo does not.
I always believe the teams are always just a QB away, provided that they have a decent O-line.
Well, you don't live here. I just take it then, Cody. This team's a lot more than a quarterback away.
Yeah, I mean, we have 0 receivers.
Yeah. And Jerry Jeudy needs to be gone next year.
He should be gone today.
He stinks. I don't know about today. Who's going to catch the ball? Not that he does often, but He does occasionally.
And that's the thing about like this fucking Dylan Gabriel. I mean, I know that this Fannin guy is good. This new tight end we got from Bowling Green, he is good, but that's his only target. That's the only person he throws to. It's because you put your entire defense on that guy, and he's not going to hit another receiver. They can't catch, and he's not going to hit him.
And he can't see downfield to throw it.
No.
That's really the problem. He's fucking 5'8", and he can't see over the line to throw it. That's why he throws all these fucking mid-target passes, all these 10-yard outs.
But I really don't know why they haven't put Shadeur in there yet. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, it's because Stefanski's a racist.
That's what I think it is.
Stop it.
Stefanski
sees him and sees that he doesn't have that much talent. Period.
What kind of talent does Stefanski have? Look at his fucking record.
I'm not saying his record is good. I'm saying he's the coach and he doesn't see the talent. And he never wanted the guy, so he's not playing him.
Well, I don't see the talent in Stefanski.
I don't either. I'm all for dumping the quarterback whisper. Remember, that was his whole reason for coming here. He was going to solve the quarterback problems.
Right.
Because he's amazing with quarterbacks. Look at what he did with Kirk Cousins. Fuck out of here with that shit.
And Cody, I'm sorry. I appreciate the donation, but you're wrong. Cleveland has a legit defense and a good running back. Yes, I agree. They have a good running back. I'm so tired of hearing about the legit defense and how fucking Myles Garrett's the best thing ever. They gave up like almost 40 points to the Jets.
Well, they didn't. No, they didn't. They gave up 27, and 14 of it was on fucking special teams. They played well against the Jets. It's the Jets, though.
It's the Jets.
You know, it's not Aaron Rodgers' Jets from even a year ago. It's the Justin Fields Jets.
You and I could rush the passer against the Jets.
If me and you played quarterback for the Jets, we would have thrown it more than 8 times.
Ugh.
Period.
Tired of hearing about this legit defense. If you had a legit defense, you could win 19 or 15-2 or something like that. It's not that good.
Yeah.
Look, Myles Garrett's fine. He is what he is. Is anybody else really that good? Do you have any cornerback that's any good at all? Denzel Ward? Get the hell out of here. Plus, he tipped $3 on a Chipotle order. Dick.
All right, we're done here, aren't we?
Yep, we are done. It's time to head over to Mines.
We are going to Mines. We have a dirty show, but not the kind of dirty most of you expect.
No?
No? I have something.
No giraffe vaginas today?
No. It's funny you say that because I literally said that to my son. And
I know I could hear you, remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. You heard me saying that about the giraffe pussy.
All right. Thanks to everybody for listening today. Thank you, Cody, for donating. We appreciate it. Have yourself a good rest of the week, a good weekend. Everybody stay safe. No snow this weekend, so that's good.
Good.
Enjoy your time. And God willing, we'll talk to you again on Monday. And we'll see you on Mines in about 3 minutes.
See you later.
Seth Williams loves this land, stands tall and proud. Believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Trip, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up. Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true. Chasing dreams under skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Hates LeBron James, won't wear that crown. Prefers hard work and blue jeans in this town. Radio waves try to shut him up, but Seth keeps singing, filling that cup. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air.